Ask most parents when their kids started using AI, and they'll picture the day a chatbot app showed up on the phone. But for a lot of kids, AI arrived much earlier and much quieter, at the top of an ordinary search. Every time your child looks something up, an AI-written answer often sits right above the results. That may be their first and most frequent AI tool, and they don't even think of it as AI. And the data backs that up. In Common Sense Media's 2026 survey, AI-generated search summaries were the single most common type of AI that kids 9 to 17 encountered. 75% had used or interacted with them. That's more than chatbots, more than image generators, more than anything else. For most kids, AI search isn't a side feature, it's the main way they meet AI. So what is that summary actually doing? It's different from a normal list of links. It reads across web pages and writes a fresh answer in its own words, usually with a few links alongside. Google describes its AI overviews as an AI-generated snapshot, and in its own help pages it says plainly, AI responses may include mistakes. That's the company that builds it, telling you the answer isn't guaranteed. How often is it wrong? 2 independent academic audits give a sense, and I'll flag these as early non-peer-reviewed studies have specific question types, not proof about all AI search. One audit of baby care and pregnancy answers found them inconsistent with each other in 33% of cases. Another found about 11% of statements were unsupported, claims the cited pages didn't actually back up. The lesson isn't AI search is bad. It's a starting point that can be wrong, so verify what matters. But the subtler risk isn't the occasional error. It's that the summary is so convenient, nobody checks. In an analysis of US adults browsing, Pew found that when people saw an AI summary, they rarely clicked a link. In that analysis, just 1% clicked a link inside the summary, and they were likelier to end the session right there. That study was adults, not kids. But if adults stop at the summary, it's easy to imagine students doing the same on homework. So here's the rule, and it's simple and it matches Google's own advice for using AI answers. Always check important information in more than one place. Turned into a family habit. If it matters, a fact for homework, a claim you repeat, anything you'll act on, don't stop at the AI summary. Open at least one real credible source and check whether it agrees. 2 credible sources before you trust it. If it matters is the key phrase. Nobody's fact-checking a movie's runtime. Here's what that looks like on a real assignment. Say, why did the Roman Empire fall? Step 1. Read the AI summary at the top. Step 2. Open one of the real sources it links to. Step 3. Open one more independent source, not another AI summary. Step 4. Write the answer in your own words. And Step 5. Cite the source you actually read, not the AI summary. 5 small steps, and the habit is the whole point. Not all second sources are equal, a rule that just means find any 2 things is easy to game. A real second source is something your child actually opens and reads. And ideally, it's independent and credible, a published article from a reputable news outlet, a government or public health agency, a university or an established reference. What doesn't count is another AI-generated summary, repeating the same claim. The point isn't to collect 2 links, it's to see the same fact stand up in 2 real, trustworthy places. The rule stays the same. How you teach it grows with them. 7 to 10. Plant the idea that the top answer is a robot's best guess, not automatically true. And do it together. Read the summary, then click a real link and compare. 11 to 13. Tie it to schoolwork. A citation has to come from a source they actually opened, not the summary. And 14 to 18. Push past find 2 sources to evaluating them. Is the second source truly independent, or just echoing the same claim? That's media literacy, and it travels far beyond homework. And it's worth being clear about what's really at stake, because it's bigger than one wrong homework answer. A kid who stops reading past the AI paragraph doesn't just risk copying an occasional error. They lose the muscle of checking a claim against a real source. And that muscle is the core of research, and honestly, of thinking critically about anything they'll ever read online. The 2-source rule is how you keep that muscle strong. The best way to teach this isn't a lecture, it's to do it in front of them. Next time an AI answer pops up on your own screen, say it out loud. That's a good start. Let's check it, and click into a real source together. Make finding the second source a small, satisfying game rather than a chore. Kids copy what they watch you do, far more than what you tell them to do. So, the bottom line, your child's first and most frequent AI tool probably isn't a chatbot they chose, it's the summary that appears whether they asked for it or not. You may not be able to turn it off everywhere, and you don't need to. You hand them one durable habit instead. The top answer is a starting point, and if it matters, you check it in a second credible place. 2 sources. Teach it once, reinforce it as they grow, and you've given them a skill that outlasts any app. The full guide, plus a free 2-source rule worksheet, is at AI by Age.